In a world where life's value was measured in strength and stature, Lysander was painfully small. The size of a mere insect to most, he lived a life of desperate scrounging. Each day was a trial, marked by hunger gnawing at his belly and danger lurking in every shadow. The wind could sweep him off his feet, raindrops could drown him, and even the tiniest creatures loomed over him like titans. Despite his hardships, Lysander clung to hope. His hope was not born from logic or likelihood but from a dream, a vision of a savior who would lift him from his misery. He dreamed of a giantess, a woman of immense power and beauty, who would see him not as insignificant but as someone worthy of care. He dreamed of her strong arms shielding him, her voice soothing him, her very existence becoming his sanctuary. But dreams, Lysander had learned, were fragile things, easily shattered by the harsh realities of life. One fateful afternoon, Lysander's world shifted. The forest floor trembled beneath him as a rhythmic pounding filled the air. He turned toward the source of the sound, his heart hammering in his tiny chest. What he saw stole the breath from his lungs. Emerging through the dense trees was the most magnificent being he had ever seen. Towering above the tallest treetops stood Marina, a giantess whose beauty rivaled the stars. Her hair cascaded in waves of auburn, catching the sunlight like molten gold. Her sapphire eyes sparkled with a gentle curiosity, and her every step was a seismic event, her presence reshaping the very world around her. Lysander could scarcely believe his eyes. Was this the savior he had dreamed of? Gathering every ounce of courage, he stepped forward and shouted, "Excuse me." The giantess stopped, her massive form looming over him. Her gaze swept the ground until it landed on him, a speck among the grass. A look of surprise and intrigue crossed her face. "Oh," she said, her voice resonating like the hum of a deep harp string. "You're so small." He introduced himself, his voice trembling. Lysander explained his struggles and how he had dreamed of meeting someone like her. Marina's expression softened into one of deep pity. "You must have a very hard life," she said gently, kneeling to bring her face closer to him. "I do," Lysander admitted. "But seeing you, it feels like my prayers have been answered." Marina smiled, but there was sadness in her eyes. "You're kind, little one. But I'm not what you're looking for. My heart belongs to another." Despite her words, Marina felt a tug of compassion for Lysander. His vulnerability and determination touched her in a way she couldn't explain. She decided to spend time with him, offering him companionship and protection. Over the days that followed, Marina carried Lysander in her hand, her enormous fingers curling around him like a fortress. She shared bits of fruit and bread, ensuring he wouldn't go hungry. For Lysander, it was like stepping into a dream. Each moment with Marina deepened his feelings for her. One evening, as the two rested by a crackling fire, Lysander hesitantly spoke. "I don't want to go back to my old life. It's too cruel, too lonely. I wish I could stay with you forever." Marina looked at him, her eyes filled with a mix of warmth and sorrow. "If you truly want that," she said softly, "there's a way. I could keep you inside me. You'd be safe, always warm, always fed. You'd never have to fear the outside world again." Lysander stared at her in astonishment. "Inside you? You mean your stomach?" She nodded. "It's unconventional, I know. But you'd be protected, always close to me." With great care, Marina lifted Lysander to her lips and swallowed him gently. The descent was surreal, the walls of her throat cradling him in a soft, rhythmic embrace. He felt himself being drawn into her, finally coming to rest in the warm, humid chamber of her stomach. Inside, the environment was otherworldly. The walls pulsed with life, their soft, glistening surfaces illuminated by a faint amber glow. The air was heavy but breathable, carrying the scent of the food she had eaten. Surrounding him were the sounds of her body, a soothing symphony of her heartbeat, the whoosh of her breath, and the occasional gurgle as her stomach worked. Lysander was overwhelmed by a mix of awe and gratitude. The chamber felt like a sanctuary, alive and nurturing, though undeniably strange. "Are you all right?" Marina's voice resonated through the walls, her concern evident. "Yes," Lysander called back. "It's unlike anything I've ever imagined. But I feel safe." "Good," she replied. "I'll take care of you, Lysander. You'll never have to struggle again." As Marina continued her life with Kale, Lysander's emotions grew increasingly complex. He adored Marina with every fiber of his being, yet the knowledge of her returning to another man each night tore at his heart. One evening, as he lay nestled within her, he finally spoke his truth. "Marina, I love you. I've loved you since the moment I saw you. Please, leave Kale. Be with me." Marina's voice trembled with emotion. "Oh, Lysander, you're so sweet, but you're so small. I care for you deeply, but I don't think I can give you the love you deserve. It wouldn't be fair to either of us." "I don't care about fairness," he said, his voice breaking. "I care about you. Please, Marina. I need you." Marina's relationship with Kale began to unravel. Their arguments grew more frequent, their love eroded by misunderstandings and unmet expectations. Lysander, listening from within her, felt every ounce of her sorrow. One night, after a particularly heated fight, Marina sat alone, tears streaming down her face. "Maybe I've been wrong," she whispered, her voice trembling. "Maybe I've been looking for love in the wrong place." "Do you mean it?" Lysander asked, his heart pounding. After a long pause, Marina nodded. "Yes, Lysander. I'll leave Kale. You've shown me a love purer than anything I've known." True to her word, Marina left Kale and chose Lysander. She cherished him, keeping him close within her, and their bond deepened. Yet their relationship was fraught with challenges. The vast difference in their sizes was a constant reminder of the world's unfairness. For Lysander, it was a bittersweet victory. He had won Marina's heart, but he couldn't escape the nagging fear that their love might never be enough to bridge the gulf between them. Still, they pressed on, determined to make their unconventional love work, a testament to the resilience of the human and giant heart.